Nathan doesn't want it, but you can give it to somebody else.
Janet, there's more up here.
Oh, okay. Let me take them out.
Yes.
Shana Tova, how are you?
Shana Tova, everybody.
Doing all right?
Can you say Shana Tova, Rabbi Milder? Shana Tova to you. Oh boy, I'm so excited. You know, last year we had Rosh Hashanah services online. This year we've got them online, but we also have them in person. So hello to everybody watching online. We're glad that you're here, and you're surrounded, you don't know this, but you're surrounded by all kinds of families sitting out here on our courtyard under these big tents, which is really pretty cool. Every now and then the breeze comes through, it makes us feel really good. If you look on the front of this prayer book, you're going to see a picture of something. What's the picture of? What does that look like on the front of the prayer book? Anybody know? A shofar. It's a shofar. Because on Rosh Hashanah we blow the shofar. That's the big thing that's coming up, okay? That's the big thing in the service, is hearing the shofar. Let's start out, all right? We're going to sing, and we're going to read, and we're going to hear a story, and of course we're going to hear the shofar. So, start out right on that opening page. Lishana Tova Tikatevu, Lishana Tova Tikatevu, Tikatevu, Lishana Tova. That's all there is to it. Lishana Tova Tikatevu, Lishana Tova Tikatevu, Tikatevu, Lishana Tova. Lishana Tova, that means have a good year. And it's good to be together, especially on holidays. Feel breezy? That feels good too. Today is a holiday. It is Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year. And what better way to celebrate than to sing? If you turn over to the next page, you'll see the words about what makes it so special. What makes it so special? Being together with you. We belong together. We, bright, sunny, or dark, stormy weather. I know you're my friend and I'll see you again. We belong together. Hine ma tovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. I feel safe and warm and protected when I see your wink and a nod. Oh, we belong together. We are birds of a feather. I'll miss you, my friend, till I see you again. We belong together. Shalom, salam. I wish you peace and health and joy. Namaste. I know when we're all together again, we'll raise our voices and say, oh, we belong together, now and for forever. I love you, my friend, and I'll see you again. We belong together. One thing that we've always known about the human race, we're happiest and do our best in person, face to face. When we're faced with challenges, hard times, we rise above. With perseverance, brains and brawn, ingenuity and love. Oh, now you know it, now you can sing it with me. We belong together, bright sunny or dark stormy weather. I know you're my friend and I'll see you again. We belong together. Oh, we belong together. We are birds of a feather. I'll miss you, my friend, till I see you again. We belong together. Oh, we belong together. Now and for forever. I love you, my friend, and I'll see you again. We belong together. Oh, we belong together. Oh, we belong together. Would you turn over to page 3 of that prayer book, please? It's Rosh Hashanah. Rosh Hashanah is the Jewish New Year, and we announce the New Year by blowing a horn called the shofar, just like our ancestors did long ago. In a little bit, we'll get to hear the wonderful sound of the shofar. But first, I'd like you to join me on a journey through the Jewish year. We'll start off with Rosh Hashanah, and let's see what all the holidays are we will be celebrating this year. So, you get to do this with me, okay? Here's what you do. I'm going to sing, and then Janet is going to repeat one phrase that I sing. So you repeat it with Janet, okay? I sing, and then you repeat with Janet. Now we sing the repeat. Well, you'll see. It goes like this.
And the hand motion.
On the hand motions. There are hand motions for everything.
Hand motion.
We're going to start off like this. Can you kind of tap your legs like this? So many Jewish holidays have you heard? On one foot, in 3 words. Rosh Hashanah, toot the horn. The New Year's born. So many Jewish holidays have you heard? On one foot, in 3 words. Rosh Hashanah, toot the horn. The New Year's born. Yom Kippur, fast and pray. Mistakes were made. So many Jewish holidays have you heard? On one foot, in 3 words. Rosh Hashanah, toot the horn. The New Year's born. Yom Kippur, fast and pray. Mistakes were made. Sukkot, build a hut. That can't be shut. So many Jewish holidays have you heard? On one foot, in 3 words. Rosh Hashanah, toot the horn. The New Year's born. Yom Kippur, fast and pray. Mistakes were made. Sukkot, build a hut. That can't be shut. Shmini Atzeret, pray for rain. With God remain. So many Jewish holidays have you heard? On one foot, in 3 words. Rosh Hashanah, toot the horn. The New Year's born. Yom Kippur, fast and pray. Mistakes were made. Sukkot, build a hut. That can't be shut. Shmini Atzeret, pray for rain. With God remain. Simchat Torah, roll the scroll. We read the whole thing. So many Jewish holidays have you heard? On one foot, in 3 words. Rosh Hashanah, toot the horn. The New Year's born. Yom Kippur, fast and pray. Mistakes were made. Sukkot, build a hut. That can't be shut. Shmini Atzeret, pray for rain. With God remain. Simchat Torah, roll the scroll. We read the whole thing. Hanukkah, light 8 lights. For shining might. So many Jewish holidays have you heard? On one foot, in 3 words. Rosh Hashanah, toot the horn. The New Year's born. Yom Kippur, fast and pray. Mistakes were made. Sukkot, build a hut. That can't be shut. Shmini Atzeret, pray for rain. With God remain. Simchat Torah, roll the scroll.
scroll.
We read the whole
thing.
Hanukkah, light 8 lights.
Light 8 lights.
For shining might, Tu B'Shvat, plant a tree.
Plant a tree.
For all to see. So many Jewish holidays have you heard? On one foot, in 3 words, Rosh Hashanah, toot the horn.
Toot the horn.
The New Year's board, Yom Kippur, fast and pray.
Fast and pray.
Mistakes were made, Sukkot, build a hut
Build a hut.
that can't be shut. Shmini Atzeret, pray for rain.
Pray for rain.
With God remains, Simchat Torah, roll the scroll.
Roll the scroll.
We read the whole
thing.
Hanukkah, light 8 lights.
Light 8 lights.
For shining might, Tu B'Shvat, plant a tree.
Plant a tree.
For all to see. Purim, rush, rush, rush.
Rush, rush, rush.
The plot was squashed. So many Jewish holidays have you heard? On one foot, in 3 words, Rosh Hashanah, toot the horn.
Toot the horn.
The New Year's born, Yom Kippur, fast and pray.
Fast and pray.
Mistakes were made, Sukkot, build a hut
Build a hut.
that can't be shut. Shmini Atzeret, pray for rain.
Pray for rain.
With God remade, Simchat Torah, roll the scroll.
Roll the scroll.
We read the whole
thing.
Hanukkah, light 8 lights.
Light 8 lights.
For shining might, Tu B'Shvat, plant a tree.
Plant a tree.
For all to see. Purim, rush, rush, rush.
Rush, rush, rush.
The plot was squashed. Pesach, tell the tale.
Tell the tale.
The Pharaoh failed, the Jews prevailed and hit the trail. And lots of matzah goes on sale.
Sale.
Eat it before it gets stale. Crunch, crunch, crunch. So many Jewish holidays have you heard? On one foot, in 3 words. Rosh Hashanah, toot the horn.
Toot the horn.
The New Year's born. Yom Kippur, fast and pray.
Fast and pray.
Mistakes were made. Sukkot, build a hut
Build a hut.
that can't be shut. Shmini Atzeret, pray for rain.
Pray for rain.
With God remade. Simchat Torah, roll the scroll.
Roll the scroll.
We read the whole
thing.
Hanukkah, light 8 lights.
Light 8 lights.
For shining might, Tu B'Shvat, plant a tree.
Plant a tree.
For all to see. Purim, rush, rush, rush.
Rush, rush, rush.
The plot was squashed. Pesach, tell the tale.
Tell the tale.
The Pharaoh
Failed.
The Jews prevailed
Failed.
and hit the
Trail.
and lots of matzah goes on.
Sale.
Eat it before it gets stale. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Coming up to the end here. Shavuot, get the law
Get the law.
in the Torah. Hallelujah. Now we're going to do the whole calendar. We're going to do the whole year now. When we get to that end, when we get to that hallelujah, I want to hear you sing in beautiful 4-part harmony. Okay?
I think there are more than 4 parts.
There, yeah, in 25-part harmony. Here goes. So many Jewish holidays have you heard? On one foot, in 3 words. Rosh Hashanah, toot the horn. The New Year's board, Yom Kippur, fast and pray.
Fast and pray.
Mistakes were, I just made a mistake. Sukkot, build a hut
Build a hut
that can't be shut. Shmini Atzeret, pray for rain.
Pray for rain.
With God remain. Simchat Torah, roll the scroll.
Roll the scroll.
We read the whole
thing.
Hanukkah, light 8 lights.
Light 8 lights.
For shining might, Tu B'Shvat, plant a tree.
Plant a tree.
For all to see. Purim, rush, rush, rush.
Rush, rush, rush.
The plot was squashed. Pesach, tell the tale.
Tell the tale.
The Pharaoh, the Jews prevailed, then hit the
Trail.
and lots of matzah goes on.
Sale.
Eat it before it gets stale. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Shavuot, get the law
Get the law.
in the Torah. Hallelujah. Well done. You now know the calendar of the Jewish holidays. Thank you very much, Janet Ellis Milder. Turn over to page 4, if you would, please. Rosh Hashanah is called the birthday of the world. How can a world have a birthday? We know that everything begins somewhere. You began one day, but you are still growing, and that means there is something inside of you that helps you change and grow, and hopefully become stronger and wiser. That spark inside us and inside the world is what we call God. God is in everything and helps everything grow into what we are meant to be. Yeah, what we are meant to be, it should say. God is one, even though we are all different. That spark is the same spark no matter who or what you are. Now here's how you read these prayers. I read the Roman type, and you read the italics, okay? God, you are in everything we see.
You
are in all of nature, and you are in every person, big and small. Help us see how special, how holy this world is, because you are in it.
And help us to learn how
Good and important each person is, because you are a part of us. Please sing this with me. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Would you like to see how that is done in American Sign Language? We have somebody here who could show you that. Sharon, would you be willing to do that for us? Let's do it again. We're going to sing Shema again, and Sharon Cohn will show us how we do that in American Sign Language. If you want to do it with her, you can. Okay, you ready? Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Thank you, Sharon. Page 5. Do you ever feel like getting a great big hug? Everybody. Holy days are times for hugs, times to be together with our families and friends. We ask God to fill our lives with days like these, days of kindness and caring, of simple pleasures and dreams of the future. Bless us, God, and bless those we love. May you make all our days holy like this one. Parents and children, give your family a hug. So find a parent, give them a hug. They need it. Everybody needs a hug. Okay, parents, if you could get those children close to you, let's say this together. I want you to recite this with me. You could say it in Hebrew or in English or both. We're going to do it together. I'll do it nice and slowly. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. May God look kindly upon you and be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God reach out to you in tenderness and give you peace. On the next page. God is like a parent. Like a parent, everybody, like a parent, God wants us to do the right thing. We call God Avinu, our parent. No matter what we do, we know that God always cares about us. We call God Malkeinu, our ruler. Like a good king or queen, God reminds us to live good lives. God, you are a voice inside of us, telling us that we are loved, reminding us to do the right thing. Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Choneinu V'Haneinu, Ki Ein Banu Ma'asim, Aseh Imanu, Tzedaka v'chesed. Aseh imanu tzedaka v'chesed v'hoshienu. Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Choneinu V'Haneinu, Ki Ein Banu Ma'asim. On page 7, to celebrate the new year, we play an ancient musical instrument, the tuba. That's not it. The xylophone. The trash compactor. That's not it. Okay, what is it? What? The shofar. Everybody, the shofar sounds mysterious and old. The sound of the shofar reminds us of all the things we have done in the past year. It tells us, wake up. It's a new year. It's time to think about how to be the best person we can be. It's time to think about how we can live better and love others more and make the world a better place too. This song gives you the sound of all the shofar calls. I like to hear the shofar blast, sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. Happy, happy, happy New Year. Okay, I'm going to do it first and then you do it after me. Here it goes. Tekiah, Tekiah. I like to hear the shofar blast, sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. Happy, happy, happy New Year. Shivari, Shivari, Tekiah, Tekiah. I like to hear the shofar blast, sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. Happy, happy, happy New Year. Teruah, Teruah, Shivari, Shivari, Tekiah, Tekiah. I like to hear the shofar blast, sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. Happy, happy, happy New Year. Okay, here comes the last of the shofar calls, the great big one, the Tekiah Gedolah. Get ready, you're going to need a lot of breath for this one. Tekiah Gedolah. Teruah, Teruah, Shivari, Shivari, Tekiah, Tekiah. I like to hear the shofar blast, sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. Happy, happy, happy new, happy, happy, happy new, happy, happy, happy New Year. Oh boy. Now we know what all the shofar calls are. Are you ready to hear them? Yeah. I'm ready to hear that shofar. Page 8. The shofar tells us that God is the master of all creation. When we hear the shofar, we hear something more ancient than any instrument we play today. It calls us back to the beginning of time. The shofar tells us to remember. Remember your deeds, good and bad. Remember when you were kind, and even when you may have hurt others. God wants us to remember so that we could do better in the year to come. The shofar tells us to make the world a better place for everyone. It is a call to get ready, to pick up your tools and begin fixing the world. There is so much to do. We are ready to hear the sound of the shofar. We are ready for its call. Now we stand up for hearing the shofar, and first we recite a blessing for the shofar with the blessing for all happy occasions. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lishmoa kol shofar. Blessed are you, eternal our God, ruler of the world. You make us holy through your mitzvot. You give us the mitzvah of listening to the sound of the shofar. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehecheyanu v'kiyamanu Blessed are you, eternal God, ruler of the world, for giving us life, for sustaining us, and for enabling us to reach this season. Here it comes. Tekiah, Shavari, Tekiah, Tekiah, Teruah, Tekiah, Tekiah, Shavarim, Tekiah. You want to say this one with me? It's the last one. We're going to say it together. Ready? Tekiah Gedolah. That was a gadol, a gedolah tekiah there. That was a big one. Please be seated. It's time for a story. I want to tell you a story about a hero of mine. He was a little Jewish man from a little Eastern European village with a not so little Eastern European problem. Moisha was a tailor. Everybody in town knew and loved Moisha. Now, Moisha was a creature of habit. Every day at the end of a long day at 5 o'clock, he'd close up his shop, turn out the lights, lock the door, walk through town, and head home. When he came to the fork in the road, he could have taken the right fork. He'd be home in 15 minutes, but he always took the left fork through the woods because he liked taking the scenic route. One day, Moisha came to the end of the workday, closed up his shop, turned out the lights, locked the door, walked through town. When he came to the fork in the road, he took the left fork. He could have been home in 15 minutes if he took the right fork, but he always took the left fork. Walked through the woods, and on his way through the woods, he heard voices singing. I ga-doom body doom body die. I ga-diggy diggy 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 die. I ga-doom body doom body die. I ga-diggy diggy die. Moisha listened. What strange sound was this? And then Moisha did something he had never done before. He stepped off the path. He walked through the woods and he could see a campfire. And around the campfire there were soldiers dancing. I could diggy die, I could diggy die, I could diggy 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 die, I could diggy die, I could diggy die, I could diggy 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 die. Moisha was entranced. He listened to the song. He hid behind a rock so he wouldn't disturb the soldiers, and he stayed for hours listening to this hauntingly beautiful song. Now, there's somebody very important that I haven't told you about, and that's Mrs. Moisha. Now, Mrs. Moisha knew that her husband was a creature of habit. She knew that he left work every day at 5 o'clock, that he always took the left fork in the road. He could have been home in 15 minutes if he took the right fork, but he always took the scenic path. She always knew what time he would arrive home, and she always had dinner on the table for him. This was very long ago. But this one night, Moisha didn't come home when she always knew he would. She waited, she waited. She began to worry. What had happened to Moisha? Hours later, Moisha came in the door. Moisha, Moisha, said Mrs. Moisha, I've been so worried about you. But something was different about Moisha. He just looked at her and sang, I ga doom body die. I ga diggy 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 die. Moisha, what are you doing? Stop that singing. Sit down and have something to eat. Moisha didn't eat anything. He just kept on singing. I ga doom body die. I ga diggy diggy die. Moisha, what's gotten into you? But Moisha just sat and sang. The next day, Moisha went to work, but he wasn't much good at work. He couldn't get a lot done because he could only sing on the downbeat. I could diggy die. He only stitched on the downbeat. I could diggy die. I could diggy, 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 die. His friends, the blacksmith and the butcher, came over. Moisha, why are you singing? What's wrong with you? But Moisha just kept singing, I could diggy die. I could diggy die. I could diggy, 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 die. This went on for days. Mrs. Moisha was terribly worried. She loved her husband, but she didn't know what to do. And so she did what a little Eastern European Jewish woman would do. She went to see the rabbi. Rabbi, she said, I don't know what's gotten into Moisha. He's not the same. He just sings all day long. She told him the story. The rabbi thought. He stroked his beard, kind of like this. He took some books off the shelf. He thumbed through them. Finally said, Mrs. Moisha, I'm sorry, but there's something we could do here to help your husband. I'm afraid he's going to have to go away. Mrs. Moisha loved her husband. She only wanted him to be happy. And so on the day that he needed to go, she brought him with his bags to the place where the carriage would take him. People began to gather around to wish him goodbye. The butcher came to say goodbye. Moisha, we'll miss you. Come back soon. And then the butcher began to sing, I doom buddy die. I get diggy 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 die. The blacksmith came and said, Moisha, get well soon. We love you. The blacksmith began to sing, I get doom buddy die. I get diggy diggy die. All the people in the village were yelling to Moisha, Moisha, we want you to be well. We love you so much. And they all began to sing, I get diggy die. I get diggy die. I get diggy 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 die. And then Moisha stopped singing. Mrs. Moisha said, Moisha, why have you stopped singing now? Moisha said, you see, I thought the song was so beautiful that I wanted to teach it to everyone so that I wouldn't forget the song. And now that you all know the song, I know it will never be forgotten. Now, I haven't told you why Moisha is my hero. It's because he found something that he loved, something he was passionate about, so much so that he wanted to teach it over and over again. Long before you came here, long before the synagogue was in this place, Jews have been singing a song. We call the song Judaism. And you know why I became a rabbi? Because I found something that I was passionate about. And I wanted to teach it over and over again. And someday, I hope you will learn the song of Judaism and want to sing it with me. But for now, maybe we could sing this song. I get doom body die. I get diggy 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 die. I get doom body die. I get diggy diggy die. I get diggy die. I get diggy die. I get diggy 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 die. I get diggy die. I get diggy die. I get diggy 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 die. Well, let's find out about things that are going to be happening soon. And Alison, you're going to share some announcements with us. You can use this microphone so that people can hear you easily.
Hello, Hashanah Tova. So I'm Alison Friedman. I am one of your early childhood co-chairs, along with Martha Tukolsky in the back. So next week we will also be having family services, planning to have it on the patio again, hopefully much cooler. They will also be at 2 p.m. in the courtyard. And on this Sunday, September 12th, please join the families with young children for some High Holidays fun at 9:45. We will be starting with a religious school shirah in the sanctuary, and then we'll move outdoors for a story and some crafts. If you would like to join us just for the outdoor portion, we'll be moving outside at around 10:10. Please bring a picnic blanket or towel, something to sit on. If you want to move on grass, somewhere where we'll have more shade. Just make yourself more comfortable that way. And we are also planning additional park play dates since the last one that we had in August was so successful. We hope to make it a recurring event about every other month. Keep your eyes out for that and other events soon. And then if you have any ideas for programming, we'd love to see what you all want to see from us. So please reach out to us at earlychildhood@bethemic.org or speak to Martha and myself directly. Thank you.
Thanks, Allison. On page 9, we've come to the conclusion of our service. We're going to read this last prayer and sing our closing song, and then I think there are even some refreshments. Our God, God of our fathers and mothers, may this new year, and here comes the number, the year on the Jewish calendar, 5,782. That's the Jewish year, 5,782. May it be a year of goodness and health. May this be a year of learning and growth. May it be a year of kindness and friendship. May this be a year of caring and respect. May we grow into the persons we were meant to be, and may we learn to accept others for who they are. Bless us, God, every day of this year, and help us always to be grateful for the blessings you give us. Lishana Tova Tikatevu, may we all be inscribed for a sweet new year. Yeah, I think we can sing it there. Apples and honey on Rosh Hashanah. Apples and honey on Rosh Hashanah. A good new year, a sweet new year. Apples and honey on Rosh Hashanah. Tapuchim udvash leRosh Hashanah. Tapuchim udvash leRosh Hashanah. Shana tova, shana mituka. Tapuchim udvash leRosh Hashanah. Apples and honey on Rosh Hashanah. Apples and honey on Rosh Hashanah. A good new year, a sweet new year. Apples and honey on Rosh Hashanah. Shana Tova, everybody. Thank you for being here. If you would, close up those prayer books, and Janet is going to collect them. Sahala, do you think you could help by collecting prayer books too for me? Thanks very much. Shana Tova to everybody online. Bye.